going on here? Maybe third time's the charm. Third time's a charm. Let's take a look. Jeez. I cannot believe this. All right. Well, hopefully this time you guys can hear me. Let's see. There we go. Now we got time. Shoot. Man, I am going to lose all my subscribers with this. Well, hey, listen, if you do come in here, please do check in and let me know if you can hear me and whatnot. I have been struggling. Why am I have been struggling with this stuff? Done this so many times, and I'm still having issues. I don't know. I guess the older you get, the slower your brain becomes. I don't know what it is. But I have a lot of things in my mind, and I want to say welcome officially to the Dennis Herrera show. And I'm going to tell you, I have been, just trying to find ways to see if there is anything that we are missing as conservatives. And you know, um, I don't know why people think the word conservative is a bad thing. I think liberal. Is a worse way of describing oneself. Conservative means that you think about things, and you're more down to earth, and you're into respecting law and order, etc. But liberal, it just means I'm a rebellious person and I'll do whatever the heck I want, which of course you can. You just remember that with every freedom that we have, there's always a consequence to our actions. And with every freedom comes with a responsibility. Whether you want to have the freedom of speech, which is more than it's fine, it's great. You want to have the freedom of religion. Well, here's the thing about religion, and I'm surprised that I actually brought that up first. But with the freedom of religion, there also comes responsibility and consequences for our actions and the way that we see the world. If you call yourself a Christian, you better be ready to be criticized. It's part of the mandatory position. It's mandatory to be criticized, and if you are a true Christian, you will definitely be hated. If you are a true Christian, you are going to be encountering a lot of hate, a lot of opposition, and of course, you're going to have to be held accountable not just for your actions, but the actions of other Christians. With that being said, I don't want you to think that Christianity, the religion of Christianity, is perfect, because it's not. It's not perfect. If you guys tuned in yesterday to my live, you heard me talk about the Apostle Paul rebuking Peter. Now, Peter is to be considered an older brother spiritually, since he was one of the original disciples of Jesus Christ. And Paul was a Christian persecutor. And find it very interesting that is this so-called little spiritual Christian named Paul that actually became the person to rebuke Peter. And I find that very interesting. So if you call yourself a Christian and you come into my show, number one, just know, if you are going to come in here and you're going to try to debate me on denomination, or whether you're a Catholic, whether you're an apostolic church, a prophetic church, whatever denomination you want to call yourself, it's okay. But I say, if you want to debate me on that, you're just going to make ourselves look bad to the world. Berniel, good morning, my friend. How are you? Good to see you in here. Man, this is the third time that I try to come in here live. And it finally it finally came out. Christian Carstrong. You are Christian, but are you a Christian? Good morning, Christian. God bless you, bro. Four Wheels, the neighborhood says Trump 2028. 100%. I wish that was true, but it's not true. It's probably going to be J.D. Vance. That's what I'm hoping for. If you call yourself a Christian, but you support Trump, well, hey, listen, if you don't like that Amaze Pauls, I go ahead and welcome you to put a comment down below and challenge me. Okay, go ahead and give me your points, and you know what? I'll give you my points. The good thing for you is you are behind the keyboard. Nobody knows who you are, and yet here I am, live in person. Everybody can see who I am, and obviously, uh, I'm amazed that people think, right? As soon as you, okay, if you see this, let's see, if you see this right here, I can see why you say I'm a Trump supporter. But if you see this right here, "Make America Great Again," I don't see why you will automatically go to the Trump supporter. You should be like more like American supporter, the United States people supporter. Because if we make America great, I don't care who invented this slogan. It's actually a good civic, patriotic thing to do is to try to make America great every single day. All right, let's see who we have here. Oprah is a DEI hire. I don't know, man. She earned that one. I think Oprah is not a DEI hire, unless she got hired somewhere to work for somebody. But in her show, no, I think she earned it. West Cow says, "Good morning from Belize." I don't hear much from Belize, but good morning, brother. FBI says Trump is the best. He will take us all to heaven. No, that's Jesus Christ, my friend. See, that people get so fanatic and religious about things. Don't confuse, support for faith and believe on the divine. Jesus Christ is in no way comparable to anybody on this earth. He is incomparable in my decision. Will never be able to say that I am as smart, as wise, as kind, as loving, as forgiving as Jesus Christ, because I'm not. This is why I also need grace. Because when it comes to standing up with a bunch of hateful people and encountering a lot of retards in my life, I find that I'm not as patient as I would like to be. And so, yeah, I am not like Jesus Christ at all. Well, I can't say at all, but in some ways, I will hope to be some type of a good example to people. Let's see what do we have today. He say, "Jepper, don't worry, I will not get deported. I love America, and I'm an American citizen, and I am more than happy to be here. Absolutely, 100%." Let's see. Merkham says you're going to ignore every point that contradicts your beliefs and spew BS. Now, here's the thing, Merkham. If you come in with an attitude of everything I say is true and righteous, and everything you say is a lie and BS, well, there's no point of talking, is there? There really isn't. So, my invitation has always been like, listen, if you got something contradictory to say to what I'm saying, go on and bring it on and let's talk about it. And it's not a matter of I'm going to convince you or you're going to convince me. It's a matter of knowing what I believe and what you believe. Now, what happens at the end of it, that is up to you. Let's see. Benny is right about what? Amaze Pauls. Good morning, good partner. How are you? Bally says Trump lost the Nobel Peace Prize to a Venezuelan lady. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of great people out there. The Nobel Peace Prize doesn't mean jack squat if people actually don't acknowledge it. So there's that. Let's say Stanley thinks that Trump is going to take us to hell with the tariffs. Man, why don't you guys like tariffs? Why don't you guys like tariffs? Let me hear some. Let me see. Briv says lame hat. I'm glad you like it. Trump doesn't care about literally anyone but himself, says Benny. Benny, you're such a wise man. Go ahead and give me an example of what he does to prove that to you. And let's talk. Albert says, C. Good morning, man. How are you, brother? Good to see you in here. We need 150% tariffs on every country. Good point. Let's find a middle ground, will you? You went too far right. You got to come back to the middle. Just picture yourself. There is a line. Here's a zero right in the middle. And here's your right, and here's your left. Where do you want to be? Do you want to be in the middle? Do you want to be more on the right? You want to be all the way to the left and go crazy? Or do you want both American patriots to come and meet somewhere in here? Maybe not right in the middle, but, kind of close to kind of debatable, argumentable, workable. Where do you want to be? I mean, because if I say, if you're a so-called Christian and you're going to come in here and challenge me, go by all means, go on and challenge. But I'm going to tell you right now, you have to be patient. Here, let me give you some stuff that I have learned from the Bible. If you're gonna argue with me about Bible, Christianity, for example, right, whatever you want to call yourself, you got to show me that you are truly Christian. Now, this is the only way that I'm going to show you that I am a truly Christian. Okay, I think by the word saying Christian, I don't like it because it has been polluted, just like other words like gay. Gay means to be happy. Well, now it means homosexual for some reason. You know, cigarette butts used to be fags. Well, now they're homosexual for some reason. I don't understand why people change the meanings of words. I don't like it. But the fact is that they all have an original meaning, and I am going to stick with those, though, because I have known that some people get offended. There's some words that I think we should kind of change out of respect for others, right? I mean, you can say whatever you want at home, but when you are in public, you should be respectful to people. I think manners are taught at home. And if you are a jerk, if you are disrespectful, if you are violent, you are the spitting image of your parents. And if your parents are not like that, then you are the shame of the family. You're the scum of this earth. That being said, there's a great thing about being humans. But being humans means that we get to grow up and we learn to change things in our life. Hey, Devin, how are you? Good morning. Albert wants evidence of what? Vet for democracy. Let me tell you something about democracy. If you truly believe in democracy, you would support President Donald Trump and stop hating on all of us that voted for him. That is our democracy. To be able to make a vote, select a leader. You know what? We didn't like President Biden. We didn't agree with a lot of things that they did only because they were anti-American. But he was still our president. It is what it is. That is part of the democracy. Even though I still believe the election was rigged for Uncle Joe. There you go. Somebody said Uncle Joe as well. Well, you can look at it however you want to look at it. But the fact is that it's very obvious that the people that are more on the conservative side or the right side, as some of you like to call it, are more pro-peace than pro-violence, as the left is. And that's a fact. And, I can probably show you a couple of videos of how the left acts. And you know what? I would remind you guys of what happened in L.A. Or maybe you guys missed it. Maybe you guys didn't see it. It can happen. Let me see if I can find a video here that I can probably share with you if it's not too much. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. So this morning I didn't get to listen to it because I had to take my wife to work, and I came back and I didn't have enough time to get all set up, etc. Right? But I would like to actually listen to what the mayor of Seattle actually said today. I think we might listen to it a little bit later. I will give you guys a heads up in case you guys don't want to be here for it. But it's very leftist, very Democrats. So if you're a Democrat, you might want to stick for this. Okay, if you're a Republican, this is going to be some torture. And if you are an American patriot, it is a sad thing to hear. The mayor here of the city of Seattle, this guy is a total DEI. He likes to cater to the woke mob. That is so crazy. I never thought in my life that I would say this. Hey, Nishaya, you better have some respect, bruh, or girl, whatever the hell you are. If you ask me a question and I miss it, don't be an ass. You don't insult somebody if you want an answer. Don't be stupid. If you're going to use your freedom of speech, use it with respect. Remember, I'm not coming to you, you're coming to me. So at least show some respect. I hate it. You know what, Nishaya? I know you're an Antifa. You know how I know you're an Antifa? You talk just like them. So I'm going to go ahead and judge you by the way that you act. I'm not sitting here and insulting you. I'm telling you facts. If I give you my opinion, I'm not calling you no coward. I'm not calling you anything else that is offensive that you like to use, but I will call you back as you talk to me. Okay? So I'm going to tell you that right now. You better show some respect. If you have a question, you want me to see your question, don't be cheap and put a super chat on there. You want to come in here and demand, put a super chat on there. I don't care what you say in there. Of course, I'll read it. But you put a super chat. Don't come over here entitled and shit that you're going to say whatever you want and get your way. That's not how it works. You act like Katie Potter. You act like the Democrat is running for governor in California. At the moment that somebody questions her motives or questions why she thinks she doesn't need Republicans to win, oh, I'm done with this. Oh, you know what? This is no, we're not doing this. This is not a friendly environment. Really? Shut the hell up. Let's see, what do we got? I'm going to ignore the ace for now. Nathan says American. Richard says Gavin is the GOAT. Well, compared to Katie Potter, he is starting to look like the GOAT. You're right. You are right about that. Now, let's see. Wow, who pissed in your Cheerios, sir? Samiko. What was the guy's name or the person? So, Samiko, somebody asked a question. Okay, I don't know what the hell the question is. There's a lot of chats going through here, and then because I didn't see the question. They say answer the question, you coward, in capital letters. I mean, come on, seriously. Yeah, that's who's trying to piss on my Cheerios, but I don't want to eat Cheerios anymore. Wham Wham says left wing, right wing, same vulture chat. Hey, you know what? This guy's having some cognac and a smoke this morning, sir. Well, I hope you're having a good morning. Enjoy. Let's see. This is what happens when you forget your roots, says Walter Grijalva. Walter, what are your roots? Scientology wants to know if I'm a Mexican. I'll let you decide if I'm a Mexican. You support National Guard in the streets, says Big Bad Bork. I feel like it's a setup question, but yes, I do. And I'll tell you why, but I do. Surviving Liberal Line says Gavin Newsom, gruesome Newsom, Governor Nuisance is a major turd. How many birds do we have in here? Is it Coben 33? Bro, I haven't seen Coben 33 in a long time. Dennis says, stop the madness. Stop eating Cheerios and eat noodles. That's what I understand from all those little emojis. Libertor says, I am a libertarian. Okay, it's all right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Scientology. You're half Mexican. That means you're Mexican American or American with Mexican descendancy. There's a difference on that. Let's see. So, okay, here we go. For all of you guys that are sensitive creatures out there and got offended by me challenging Christians, let me just tell you something. If you are a Christian of, I don't care what denomination, the reason why I say what I say is because people like to defend their denomination. And it's not about defending denomination. It's about to do the will of God. And if somebody is preaching a gospel that goes against what Jesus' teachings are, then we are to rebuke those so-called Christians. And yeah, we're going to hold each other accountable for that, okay? So we have, good morning, Tyler. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what? We keep praying for Israel. I love Israel. You know that. Today, I am going to get my United States Israel pin. So instead of just having this American flag here, it's going to have the Israeli flag as well. So I'm going to have both of them. I get those pins today. I can't wait. I can't wait. On the other news of pins, his name is Yeshua. Shalom. Shalom. Let's see. Answer my question, please. Says Desiree. Desiree asked a question. Let me see, Desiree. Where are you? See, I can't find you guys. Desiree. No, I don't see a question, Desiree. At least not that I see it. This is what I tell you guys, man. Put a 99-cent chat in there, just so you guys highlight it, or at least I don't know. I don't know how you can highlight your comment. Yeah, Desiree, I'm sorry, sweetie. I don't see it. Let's see. The only one I see is answer my question, please. um, there's a lot of chats, sweetheart. That's what I'm telling you. I'm trust me. I'm looking for you, Duncan, Dirty Money, Agorist, Dirty Money. I don't see it, honey. All right, so I'll tell you what. Just go ahead and ask that question again, and I'll try to look for it. Okay. All right, see. Respectfully, answer your own questions. Khalid, Sial, assalamu alaikum, brother. How are you today? Yeah, man, I love it. Thank you, Mr. Tyler, for putting the Honduras American flag there. Appreciate it. Love it. Egoris, where the 300,000 children go missing? Missing kids are. You know what? That's a good one, bro. And that one actually still bothers me, that there's so many thousands, hundreds of thousands of children that are missing, and people don't think about that, man. It really blows my mind. Don't worry, guys. Trump is not going to deport me. Let's see. My dad is Mexican. Let's see. My dad's Mexican and my mom is Native American. Bro, Leticia La Diva. That's a good mix. I like that. I like that. A lot of native blood in there. Big Bad Borg says, "What is tyranny? If troops on the streets, it's okay." Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you the only reason why I think that it's okay. So I don't know if you guys been listening to the news or paying attention to any of the things that are going on right now, but one of the things that okay, for one, I've never been fearful of seeing military on the street. I love seeing military on the street. I love seeing police on the street. I love seeing peacekeepers on the street. And that's just me though. That's just me. I love that. I think they do a great service. I respect the people that sacrifice their lives to service and our country and our cities, and I respect that. But at the same time, the other reason why I support National Guard or the military on our streets is because, well, I don't know if you have ever had this encounter, but there is times where you are out and about, and this is I hate downtowns. Number one, I've had really bad experiences in downtown. Don't get me wrong. I would go downtown. Uh, it's not a pretty experience for me. I always have to, walk by somebody doing drugs. Somebody yelling because they're schizophrenic. I can't even say that word. It's schizophrenic, and garbage, and just people doing drugs, and man, that kind of stuff is just kind of man, kind of a little depressing, to be honest. And the worst thing is, what has happened lately is this, that we have so much crime being rampant, right? Maybe we don't notice because we're sitting at home nice and cozy, right? Or you go straight into an office and you go do your job and you don't see the stuff that's happening. And we're going to talk about ICE. We'll talk about ICE. And you just don't think about it. You never see it, so you think everything is fine. But other people see it. And when the police officers, unfortunately, when the police officers are being told by mayors and governors to stand down and to allow Antifa, which is now a terrorist, domestic and foreign terrorist organization. I don't know how that's going to work, to be honest. I can't wait to see what happens. But, there is a lot of law-abiding citizens, innocent people that love this country, that are being terrorized by people. And the police, either they don't want to do what their job is, or they are doing their job and they allow Antifa and these, bad people to be free on the street. If you're wondering if this hat is from China, it's not. It's made in America. This is from President Donald Trump's collection. So here, let me make sure that you enjoy that 45, 47. Bam! American flag. Bam! Yeah, no Chinese money here. This one is made in China. Sorry, Americans. I know you were excited about the gold. This is my favorite hat, by the way. This one was made in China, and I only found out because somebody accused me of it. Now, when I bought it on Amazon. I assumed that it was made in America because why would Chinese make this? They're promoting us. So, whatever. I order it. I think I order it. What I see, I saw it on X and it said, "Oh, American patriots, if you buy this hat today," and I fell for one of the, you know how it is, clickbait, and man, they say just pay for shipping and pay this, and I did, and well, you know what, I got 3 of these hats, and so I kept 2 of them, one for my wife, one for me, and I get one for my brother-in-law. You know what? Share the love, right? Uh, Listen, there's nothing wrong with buying stuff from China. All I'm saying is buy American. That's all I'm saying. If you can get a good deal, you know what? Okay, we'll come back to this Antifa bullcrap. Hopefully, if I remember, I should be ignoring some of your comments, to be honest, right now, so I can finish my point. But if you guys like ADDHD, welcome to my world. And this is how we think all the time. We think about everything all the time. We think about the past, the present, the future, what happens, what matters, what doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We always think about everything. Okay. So here we go. Made in China. Here we go. For all you haters on the left that want to support China, shut the hell up right now and support me, since I'm going to be saying something about China. All right, listen. If you buy a product, for example, I think maybe this was made in China. And for all you hater betas out there, take that. Oh, that ain't right. I apologize about that. All right, this is just a phone holder that goes in one of my gimbals. Okay, and then you can just tighten this way, so you don't have to keep doing this right here. All right, this might be made in China. I think it's Chinese because Shiyun is a Chinese manufacturer. All right. So when I was doing my photography, I bought a few gimbals, for phones, for my cameras, for my DSLRs, etc. Okay. And so I have bought a bunch of stuff. Most of it is made from China. I get that. But what I'm going to say to you is this. Okay. I really thought it was stupid that people were complaining. Oh my God, with these tariffs, we're just not going to have enough gifts under the Christmas tree for this Christmas. Really? That's what you thought about? How about instead of you wasting money on gifts, how about you give your children some love and attention? How about you spend time with your children instead of thinking about what kind of bribe you're going to give them? You know what the best time for my kids and I is? When we are together, when we're swimming, when we're having a lunch together, when we're sharing that one ice cream together. That's when it's the best time to give a gift. Giving materialistic things as a gift to make you feel better, you're just rotting your spirit. Give a real gift. How about the real gift of love? The real gift of salvation? Man, you know what I'm saying? Art, you're a nice person, but you're literally ignorant. Beta, you cannot call somebody ignorant. Ignorant means that you have no clue, right? And if you say that I have no clue, enlighten me with your wisdom. Enlighten me. Now, here we go. Let's see. Okay. If you want to buy Chinese, hey, listen, buy Chinese. All I'm saying is buy American. That's it. If I go on Amazon, okay, I don't go and look, hey, was this made in China? Was this made in America? Hey, listen, if it's made in America, that's great. If it's made in China, well, it is what it is. But you know what I'm looking at is, okay, do I want that? How much is that? You know what? It's too expensive, but I do need it. All right, I'm going to get it. If I find the same product and the other one's cheaper, well, that's where I'm going to go with it. That's where I'm going to go with it. Now, here's a problem that I have with people that complain. Let's see. Sonail says, why is Trump covering for Epstein? Well, I'm not sure why you think he's covering, but thank you for the chat. I appreciate it. That's what I'm talking about. You want to demand answers. That's how you do it. Good morning, Brian. How are you, brother? My man, my patriot in the house. I don't think he's covering the Epstein files. I think he's been releasing them. Now, here's a theory that I'm going to give you. There's two reasons why you don't see the Epstein files as we want to see them. Now, we have a couple of theories. Now, one of them was told by my dear friend, Trinity, and she thinks, and I agree with this theory, that Trump does not want to release the Epstein files because maybe he's got some dirt on Democrats. And yeah, he might have them by the balls. Now, they can fight him, politically and everything, but if they try to go after him again, I'm sure he's got some files to show some names with no retractions on the words. Everything all clear, no blacks, nothing. Everything clear. That's just a theory, and I think that maybe that is a reason. But I think that if that was true, I think he would just destroy them right now. And I know Trump is not there on any illicit things. Like, his name might be in the list. I will not deny that. Maybe, who knows? Remember, they broke up many years ago. They had some quarrel with some real estate property. On top of that, President Donald Trump found out that this guy was like a pedophile, and he said, "I want nothing to do with this dude." No, I don't like it, and that's just how I see it. It is what I know about it. And you guys want answers, but then when you don't hear what you want to hear, you call it BS. You call it a lie. A lot of people went out there and be like, "Oh, you know what? We want to hear from Maxwell. Oh, she's gonna spill the beans and she's gonna say everything." And then she went over there and talked to President Trump's some type of lawyer, and she answered all these questions, and she acquitted President Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, who's a Democrat. Now, if you believe that President Trump is guilty of something, that's because you don't like him. You want that to be true, and I get it, but it's not. It just isn't, guys. Just drop it. Let it go. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. If you let go of the Russia collusion, which we know they lied about to us about everything. See, Shifty Shift thought that they were going to win the election because they had so much dirt on President Donald Trump. And the gift was that if Kamala Harris won, he will become head of the CEI. I find that very interesting, don't you? And so, get what? It backfired. It backfired. And so, if you cannot let go of the Russia collusion being fake, that they try to set up not just President Donald Trump, but us, American people. They hurt us. We voted for him. They are destroying our democracy. I love using reverse psychology on people. I like to say things to people that they say to me all the time, except some words that I don't like Nazis and what's the other word that they like to say? Fascist and bigots. And wait, somebody did how come it didn't show up on my screen? Give me a second. I just saw a blue line in there. Was that did I reply to that already? I don't know where that went. But whatever that was, thank you if you made a chat in there. I don't see it. I appreciate that. Anything counts. Everything counts. Let's see. Thank you, Art. You take care, man. You take it easy, brother. So I find it that I'll say this: if you say that you will drop that the Russia collusion was not real, then you need to drop the Epstein files as well. Okay? Now, if you believe the Russia collusion was real and they should be held accountable for, then let's go ahead and keep bringing up Epstein files. And you know what? And I am with you 100%. I want the Epstein files released. I want President Donald Trump. If there is anything in there about any Democrat, I don't give a crap. Any Republican, I don't give a crap. If there's something in there that they say that they are pedophiles and they did some bad things to some children, their ass should be rotting in jail, period. Now, I will show you the difference between President Donald Trump and all these things that people say. When you guys had President Biden, we saw all the awkward videos of him sniffing old women's hair, making little children uncomfortable, grabbing people when they're not wanting to be grabbed, touched, etc. A lot of uncomfortable teenagers, young women, females, etc. They felt very uncomfortable with with Grandpa Biden coming over and sniffing on them and trying to kiss them and being all perverted about it. It was weird. It was weird. That's all I'm saying. It's weird. And then when you see Donald Trump, he's shaking hands with men. Bam, come here. Hi, how are you? How are you? You know what? Enough hearing about me. Let's see. Same applies to Trump. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, there was a lot of people that were making claims that I got some proof for you guys. I got some proof. You guys were right about this. President Donald Trump was accused by some locker room talk is what they call it. Man, I couldn't even get through it. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I'm going to show you a couple of things here. I think I think you'll enjoy this. I'll try to put this as big as I can so you guys can see it. There is evidence. There's a family photo that has been circling around, guys. You guys remember that thing that happened with Trump, right? When he was talking in private, and well, somebody released an audio video saying that President Donald Trump said women like to be grabbed by the. Well, here's an evidence. Now you guys can put this to rest. It is true. And I have a photo. It's called. Says it's finally photo evidence of Trump grabbing a cat. Here we go. Bam! There you go. There is your proof. You were right about everything. Oh man, that was golden, bro. Golden. But you know what? Ever since then, President Donald Trump has learned his lesson. And well, he's made a change for the better. And he learned from his mistakes, so he's no longer doing that. And here is proof of that. Sorry, my Canadian friends, but he was a. Oh boy, there you go, man. You guys were right about everything, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you were right about everything. But you know what? I also heard that he slipped. He made a mistake. And he was at it again. You know, you will think that after the first couple of times, this old senile President Trump will learn his lesson. But he doesn't. He does it again. Look at this. Man, such a shame. Oh man, President Trump just doesn't learn, man. He just doesn't learn. What are we gonna do with this president? Man, he just doesn't learn. Look at that. Bird has left the house. Oh Oh boy, man, it's such a great thing to laugh, ain't it? I love it. I love it. I share. You know what, guys? Here, you know what? Let's switch gears a little bit. Let's take a little bit serious. Let's take a little bit serious. Hey, Dagan, 70 monks cannot be wrong. 70,000 monks are saying that President Donald Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, and 70,000 monks, my friend, count more than you and a couple of the betas in here. Let's see. Gabriel K says no. They only give the Nobel the Nobel Peace Prize to kids. Screw. Oh boy, I don't know what the hell that means. I am not going to read that again. I hate the ciphers. Gravis says ICE actions can cause indirect harm to citizens through intimidation. For instance, some U.S. citizen customers and employees at businesses have left due to fears of immigration enforcement. Well, if they're illegal, they should. And if they're illegal, they should tell all their illegal friends to get the hell out of the United States of America. That is a fact. I listened to, you know what? I'll let you guys listen to him a little bit before I show you some January 6 photos that I have made for you guys. But we're going to listen to the moron mayor of Seattle. I want to get just to one part. All right, here. The thing is, seriously, Dennis, you're going to give us a Bible lesson after you spew hate? Man, it's part of being human. Don't you love that? You think I'm going to sit here and allow you guys to be violent and hateful and that you're going to have everything that you want and you're not going to hear nothing back? Oh, hell no. I'm not that type of Christian, my friend. You are allowed to judge me as harsh as you want. But you are not going to, you got to remember today, we are not that kind of Christian. You are very mistakenly. If you think that you can keep using this whole Christian thing to make us feel guilty so that you can keep doing your shit, it's not going to happen. We will revolt and we will talk back and we will fight back. So I would say, I suggest you respect the law, you follow authority, and fall in line. Like the rest of us American patriots in here, we want law and order in our country. Respect that. If you don't want to respect it, I get it. But I want you to pay attention to this. So what he's saying is he just passed an executive order. Who the hell is this guy? An executive order to unmask any federal agents so he doesn't care for their safety. What I hate about that is he doesn't put an executive order so that Antifa and all these protesters and violence protesters don't take their masks off. That's what I'm pissed off about. So let's go ahead and take a listen to him for a little bit. And I know that I don't know why the hell the browser kind of struggles with the image when I am showing you media. But here we go. Let's go ahead and share this screen here real quick. Let me see. We're going to share this one and the audio. Hopefully you can hear it. Where's my play? Come on. Oh, son of a gun, doesn't want to play. Man, doesn't want to play. Interesting. I guess not. All right. Well, it doesn't want to play it. I can see the YouTube browser just struggles with it. But anyways, what I don't like is that he's putting an executive order to unmask federal agents, which of course they're being doxxed by this Antifa, which now you know what, maybe it's for the best. Who knows? Antifa has been labeled to be a domestic and a foreign terrorist group, and I hope they get treated as such. I want no mercy on these people. They need to be punished. And if they don't want to be punished, they can just drop Antifa and just be good members of society. Bring in your good, respectful manners and become a citizen that gives back to the community instead of taking away from our freedoms and our communities. All right, with that being said, there's a one thing that many leftists think, that we are against immigrants, that we do not like migrants. Of course we do. We love migrants. I'm a migrant. Of course, I mean, I get it. I gotta love migrants. I am a migrant. But what we love is legal migrants. And you will say, "Oh, well, you know, man, you're a sellout, you're a traitor, you're a coconut, blah blah blah," whatever you want to say. I don't give a crap. But I'm just being honest. So we have asked the governor, the mayor of Seattle, to take care of the people in Seattle. Instead, they come up with ways to defend criminality. They come up with ways to defend Antifa and illegal immigrants. That's what I find. How does that happen? Jules, who's Jules? Who's Jules? Jules is not a moderator. Who's Jules? I want to know that. I don't see a Jules in here. Who got sent to timeout? James Christopher? I got to pay attention to some of this stuff. Guys, if you're a moderator, I'm going to tell you something. Don't put anybody on timeout unless they're being racist or they're being very hateful towards religious beliefs, okay? See, telling the truth about a religion is fine, but send Jules. I thought somebody got put in timeout. My bad. I don't know about those things. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Happy Mac. Happy Mac. Wait a minute. Are you Mackie? Mackie, you watching my channel? Man, listen, if you guys are under 18 in here, be good and try not to learn some of the bad stuff that people say in this chat, okay? But how are you, my Chinese fellow friend? God bless you. Brelembi the Aviator says, guys, internet speed is as slow as his brain. Here, I'm gonna do something for you. Don't be trying to hack me, okay? You bastards out there trying to find any way to hack somebody, and then they wonder why they get in trouble. And let's see here. I'm gonna do a speed test for your ass right here, just to check it out and see if there's any connection issues. I love thy neighbor unless they are illegal. Pack, listen, man, this got nothing to do with love. It has nothing to do with love. Just like your LGBTQ gets mad out there because Jesus Christ said to love. Jesus said to love one another. Everybody says that, but they don't say the other part of that. Love your neighbor, but not the sin. If you are doing something wrong, I'm not going to love that. I love my children, but I don't love them doing bad things. There's a big difference. All right, well, here's the stats. My internet, you're right, it's a little bit slow. It's only giving me about 500 megabit downloads and 287 megabit uploads. I think that should be good enough for my browser to be okay. So not sure why it's doing that, but I don't know. I try to do this so I can show you guys stuff, but it seems like it's always being skittish like this. Just it's always scary. It's always acting up. But with that being said, I think that the mayor in Seattle making these executive orders to unmask federal agents, specifically ICE agents, there is a lot of undercover work that goes on. And any moron will know that they must cover their faces. Otherwise, they won't be able to go undercover. Now, what blows my mind is that this guy, it's supposed to be, I think he's supposed to have some type of policing in his career, and he doesn't know this. Okay, if you're going to make some stupid executive order to unmask ICE agents, and let's be clear, he is catering to one of, you know what, I'm going to find it. I need to play this. You guys need to listen to this crap. I'm going to try it again. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Hopefully you guys can hear it, because this guy's an idiot. This is the mayor of Seattle. Hopefully.
The unlawful encroachment on the roles and jurisdictions of SPD, Seattle Police Department, by the federal government. Simply put, our police department will know exactly what they should do and should not do, and in no way will they enable this abuse of power from the federal government. We will establish a coordinated Seattle Resilience Task Force, which will establish clear lines of communication with Governor Bob Ferguson, the Attorney General Nick Brown's office, our city attorney's office, and of course, our community. That's going to be critical to be able to be nimble, efficient, and effective in our communications and get accurate information at a real-time basis. Fourth, this will reaffirm our unwavering support for First Amendment activities, protests, opposition, and direct the city to work with organizers to keep protests peaceful and minimize the potential for conflict. We want people to use their voice. That is part of our power. We also don't want to, as some would say, take the bait. We don't want to see anyone get in harm's way when we can't predict some of these abusive actions taken by our federal government. Now, we don't know when or if Trump will send a social media post that is targeting Seattle next. We monitor these communications, but these actions that I described in the first executive order will ensure that our city is prepared and resilient if he does. And we stand united in solidarity in this approach, and we'll do everything possible to protect our neighbors and our families.
I want to point something out to you guys, if you guys haven't done this. When you watch this, I understand how he's trying to plant it and pitch it to you and to us, right? I understand how he's pitching it, but what he thinks is that we're dumb. But listen to what he says. He knows that these ICE agents, that all these federal agents, this is the way I think, okay? You guys don't have to think this way. But he knows that they are being sent from the president. Like, that's above all clearance. That's maximum clearance. Maximum. The president, the commander-in-chief, is sending this federal agents to Seattle. And he knows this. And he says he's making an executive order for these people. You guys even catch that? Did you guys even catch that? Very interesting.
The second executive order I'm signing today is focused on strengthening services for our immigrant and refugee communities and increasing transparency and accountability around federal immigration enforcement.
Here, you see this black girl right here? Watch when she comes on. I know you might think I'm being racist or whatever. Listen to her name and listen to her title. Now, he is doing anything he can. I get it. You know, you illegal people in here, you guys are going happy with this. But as Americans, we need to make sure we protect this land. Now, they only thinking with their emotions. And they thinking, you know what, we want all these illegal immigrants. Oh, you know, they're great people. They're hard workers. We don't know if they're murderers. We don't know if they're drug dealers. We don't know if their children are actually even theirs. We don't know any of that because you know why? Because they haven't been vetted. They have gotten no background clearance. We don't know what they've done in their country. 300,000 missing children. 300,000. That should tell you something. You support illegal immigration, those children's missing, it's your fault. All the crimes being committed by criminal illegal immigrants, that's your fault. Because you support illegal immigration. If you support migrants, of course, 100%, I am with you. We love them. We love them. But we're not going to blame President Donald Trump for deporting and raiding, cleaning up the streets in our country of a mistake that Biden's administration did, and all these idiot Democratic states and city governors and mayors are doing. That's their fault. Any criminal activity that gets done over here by illegal immigrants is their fault and your fault if you support them. 400 kilos of drugs seized here in Washington State. Gangbangers they're reproducing like new stars in the universe. They are just in this little cloud making new stars. New stars are born. You know why gangbangers are multiplying in Washington State, in Federal Way, in 5, in Tacoma? Because of this dumbass mayor and governors that are soft on law. They tell people, hey, listen, misbehave, we got your back. Multiple repeat offenders go free back into society with regular law-abiding citizens. They don't care, and that's what I have a problem with.
Now, we've shared many times before, immigrants and refugees are part of the fabric of Seattle. What I like to say, part of our vibe, part of our rhythm, part of our family.
Part of our vibe.
We're proud to a city where over 140,000 residents were born in a different country. Literally proud of that. And we've all...
Listen to me. That burns me. That burns me to the core. Over 100,000 children, immigrants, over 140,000 migrants or people are born outside of this country, he says. I am proud of that. What the hell are you proud of? You should be, you know what? Ignore the video chopping up because I'm showing you these videos. People on the left, they think immigration, not just legal migration, illegal mass migration, they think is good for this country. It's not. And your argument is, well, the more people we have, the more people work, the more taxes they collect and they pay. The right mentality or attitude should be encourage more birth rates amongst families, American families. That's what you got to do. Encourage American patriots to multiply, not entitled third world illegal immigrants that are coming here to destroy our country. Man, if that doesn't piss you off, I don't know how you've survived this long. That's gotta piss you off. What the is that thinking, man? Again, I will have to reiterate, I love migrations. I love migrant. I love people coming to this country. I do. It has to be the legal way. Now, let me tell you again, if you don't know what the hell this means. Number one, if you are allowed to come into this country, there is a waiting time. You see, you don't get to come over here whenever the hell you want. there is a waiting time. Now, there's a lot of formulas they come up with, Brian, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. But there's a lot of reasons why. I'm going to give you the most basic ones that you should know. Number one, you need to be vetted. If you don't know what the hell that means, first of all, you need to get a health check. You need to get a background run. Have you committed any crimes? Are you part of some type of protesting activist groups? What do you want to do in the United States of America? What are you going for? Are you going to visit? Are you going to overstay your visa? Are you planning to stay there illegally? What is the reason why you want to go to the States? See, that's the problem. Migrants, when people think about migrants, they automatically think that people need to come and live here. That's not what we want. And if you do come here, it's because you're proving yourself to be worthy of being in this country. And by being illegal, you have proven the opposite. Now, number two, one of the reasons why we want migrants or immigrants to be vetted and to be checked on and be approved for visas is because there is a certain amount of people that every city can handle. Not everybody wants to go visit Arizona, for example. There ain't jack squad that I can go find in Arizona that I want, right? There's a lot of states that people don't want to go to because there ain't jack squad in those states. They always go to the more popular states: Washington, Oregon, California, Florida, Texas. That's where they go. And then, of course, North Carolina, South Carolina. I get it. They do go to other states, but mostly they want to come to the most popular states. Just like if you take a look at Mexico City. Mexico City is the capital of Mexico. But Mexico City, if you look at Mexico City, because all the opportunities are right there in the capital, every single piece of land, vast, miles by miles, it is overpopulated with a bunch of buildings and all this other stuff. Why? Because that's where the money is. Now, I get it. Washington State, there's a lot of money to be made here. But that opportunity becomes, first, it's for Americans. Second, is for legal migrants that have a permit to work. And then third, there is no third. That's the only people that get the access to work here. There's also nationals, but that's different, okay? You guys don't think about that. And let me tell you what else. Wait, you don't be a beta. Beta in the house. Beta in the house. What a bunch of betas over here. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Or maybe they do. They're just azels. They come over here to take advantage of the benefits that belongs to the American people. They don't care. They're entitled. You know what? When I've gone down to areas where there's a lot of Hispanics, they like to cut up in line. They don't care. They're disrespectful. They will threaten you if they don't get it their way. There is no civil order. They're savages. That's what they call my ancestors. These savages. Well, we were. We were sacrificing our own people to some fake idols, some fake gods. We were savages. In Native America, we had Apaches scalping people, not scalping. Taking the hair off and with the skin and everything. People came to the wrong side of the mountain, you got an arrow through your face, arrow to your chest. You became somebody else's game. That was savage. There was no civility. This is why America's great today. This is why we don't want our old native ways. We can keep some of the culture. We can keep some of the foods, the dances, the music. I get it. You know, maybe even keep the language. For what? Nobody speaks that language anyways. I believe that this should be a universal language, and there you go. Just like Mexicans in here. They think that they're real Mexicans. No, you're colonized. You're colonized. Oh, this is Mexico. This is stolen. Bitch, who do you think you Mexicans stole it from? Who are you to tell the United States that this is stolen land? Who do you think the natives stole it from? From other natives. The law of the land is the survival of the fittest. If you're strong, then you get to own the land. That's how it worked. Let's go back to the old days where if you were a good shooter, you were a winner. Let's go back to the old days where the small towns that had sheriffs, if they couldn't control the violence in that town, guess who will come over? The federal government. Nothing has changed. Illegal immigration, I think it will always happen. I don't think we can catch everybody. It will always happen. And one here and there, and we get it. We can put up with. Nothing's perfect. We still don't want them in this country illegally. There is legal immigrants that come to this country. Okay, that's great. Hopefully, they don't overstay the Christian. They don't overstay their visa, and they actually want to go back to the country so that they can stay legal status. And then eventually, as all this traveling back and forth, and you're proven that you are able to sustain yourself, then you apply for a green card. And then you can become an American citizen if you want. But I hate this argument that people always give me when they come in here, and it's always the beaners that come in here, start calling me names and sell out and all this other stuff. Like sometimes I even start my live and I haven't even said anything about anything. I'm just saying hello to people. Sell out. they just come and say all this nasty stuff. But you know why? Because they know I'm right. That's why they get mad. And I'm telling you, as a migrant, as an American, a Honduran American, as a migrant, I'm telling you, Americans, I'm telling you, the American people, stand up for your land. Have some self-dignity and respect and protect the land. It's a national security matter. You guys don't get it, man. There is hundreds of thousands of pounds of drugs brought into this country and sold in this country all the time. And it's not just Mexican cartels. It's Americans involved. A lot of illegal immigrants are over here selling drugs. We just have 400 kilos of drugs here in Everett, in Federal Way, here in Auburn, here in Tacoma, here in Fife, all in Washington State. And what does this senator say to you? And what does the governor do for Seattle? They don't do anything. And when you hear that they are trying to do something for migrants, I wish that's what it was. But it's not. It's illegal immigrants. I want you to listen to this, and I want you to pay attention to this girl's face. You see her face? Right there where you see that, I can guarantee you that she has been playing the race and the victim card in order for her to be in that position. And the people that she defends, well, let's find out.
I've seen photos and videos of masked ICE agents literally kidnapping people from neighborhoods, from our streets and sidewalks with impunity. Masked agents operating without clear identification, diminish transparency, they erode accountability, and they sow fear in our communities. They're waging a campaign based on fear and also creating a dangerous possibility for other bad actors. So the second executive order that I will execute will develop an ordinance in conjunction with the City Council to ban the use of face masks by law enforcement with limited exceptions in the city of Seattle, and will require all law enforcement officials to have visible emblems and badges that identify their agency. This legislation puts Seattle on track to be the first major city in the country to adopt a ban mask on federal officers. Secondly, we will provide the Seattle.
That's right, man.
The Seattle Police Department will have clear guidance to its members on how to respond to 911 calls where masked or unidentified individuals are detaining people in the city. We want our officers to be fully trained on exactly what to do and try to leave, to the extent possible, little ambiguity in what should be done. Third, we are proposing an ordinance that would make it clear that city property will not be used by federal immigration authorities to stage for operations or to conduct those operations to the maximum extent permitted by law. Now, this is clearly intended to prevent ICE from using parking lots and similar spaces for staging, as it appears has been done in other cities like Chicago.
But they will allow illegal immigrants to use parking lots to ask for work illegally. Yeah, not paying taxes. Sure, that makes sense.
Sort of in closing my remarks, we're very proud that our Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs is meeting the urgency of this moment in our communities. Earlier this week, they hosted their first One Seattle Community Resource Fair, with more planned in the coming months, and I was very honored to be invited to that event, and I would say by all standards it was a remarkable success. Of course, our proposed 2026 budget significantly increased the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs by nearly 70%, so they can continue to provide legal services. Don't tell your other department heads we did that, though. Just keep that a secret.
Yeah, preference,
But they have to continue their work to provide legal services and workforce development, know your rights training, and other resources. And with that, I present to you our Director of the Office of Immigrant Refugee Affairs, Hamdi Mohammed. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Hamdi Mohammed.
Let me read this comment. Hamdi Mohammed, Director of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs. Hamdi Mohammed, Director of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs. What do you think about that? He needs to be removed from office. 100%, Brian. But what do you think about that? What do you think about that? Let me remind you that some of the people on the city council were illegal immigrants. Who knows if any of these servants on here are illegal immigrants as well? We don't know. We don't know, and they will continue to play dumb. Well, Brian Vetter, I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far. I understand, and the reason why you say it, and you are right to an extent. But I would just say this. I am glad that a lot of Muslims have turned into Christians. And because they see the way that their movement is going, and they're trying to conquer the United States and make it a Muslim nation. And I can tell you, I mean, I don't think that you want to live in a Muslim nation. I don't think you want to live in a Muslim nation. Now, I'm going to tell you as a Christian, not the kind that you like. I'm a different sort of Christian. I hope, and I don't know, and I have to ask for forgiveness to God, not to you morons, to God. Because I hope that before this country becomes a Muslim, Islamic country, that Jesus comes for the rest of us believers and let these people swim in their own cesspool. They don't know what they're asking for. So many historical documents have shown us what happens when Islam dominates. It's terrorism. It's crazy. Total dominance. And you have no idea what that can do to you. I want to defend Muslims because I know a lot of good people, good heart, and they are Muslims and they think they're doing the right thing. They just want to be religious. They just want to feel like they have a purpose in life. They want to feel like they are giving God honor. Because you see, for them, Muslims, they believe Allah it's their creator. And well, God is our creator. So Allah is the same to me as Jehovah, Yahweh. I mean, you can put all the names on him, but if you're talking about the creator of all earth and the universe, then you're talking about the same God. Whether I see that Muslims is just like another denomination made by man. And this is why we shouldn't follow such denominations. Muslim was not a religion for the thousands of years, and this is not a teaching from God himself. It's a man-made religion, and nobody in the Quran has sacrificed the Son of God for the mercy and the grace of their people. That's right, man. That's right. We will all answer to God. And that's what I say. That Muslims, they will push jihad on you. And I'm talking to those Muslims, especially the stupid Americans. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to insult you there. Especially ignorant Americans and other ethnicities that think that by becoming a Muslim, you are a true religious person and that you're doing something great for God. But what you don't understand is it doesn't matter what you think about that. When the Muslims that dominate, because there is a certain strength of Muslims, and this is where terrorists are born of, they believe in jihad and they believe in Sharia law. And their little Allahu Akbar, they think that makes them special. They are like the hypocrites that pray on the street. Yeah, I get it. That's going to touch some of the Jews over there praying on the wall. They do that so that people see them praying out there and make themselves feel better that somebody else is watching them pray and being a holy man. Now, granted, a lot of people do believe that what they're doing is right. But I'm going to tell you something. God is very clear in his word, and he says, thou shalt not worship any idols, false gods. And I'm sorry to my Jewish friends, but if you are praying to a wall, that is an idol. God himself buried Moses because he didn't want you to build a shrine and worship Moses. In the same way, the Catholic Church has done the same thing. I'm sorry, but today is going to happen. The Catholic Church is worshiping idols as well. They always say, especially Hispanics, oh, my Virgencita, my little virgin, they say. They have some good things in their religion. Religion, the Jewish religion is not true, Brian. That you're wrong. I know what religion means, but I think most people don't know what religion is. They think that religion is some sort of believing God. That's not what religion is. Religion is you do this thing every day consistently, and you are devoted to doing this thing every day consistently. Religion doesn't mean faith. Religion is just an identity of a denomination of some sort of following, some sort of cult. You can call it a good cult, a bad cult, doesn't matter. I don't care how you call it. But that's what religion is. Christianity, yeah, I guess you can kind of put everybody in there, right? As a religion. And that's exactly what religion. Well, you know what? Let me refresh it. Refresh my mind. You might be right. Let's take a look. Let's see how far I am from the truth. Religion, meaning, let's see. They believe in worship of a superhuman power or powers, especially a god or gods. Okay, no, that was good actually. The world's great religions, consumerism. No, that's not it. See, well, this is why I'm telling you what I'm telling you. You see this? The pursuit of interest of someone ascribes supreme importance. It says consumerism is the new religion. That's what I don't like the word religion. But I mean, if we're going to go to the actual definition, it does say the belief in and worship. The belief in and worship. Okay. All right. So you're right about that. I think you're right about that. Let me see. What else do we have in here? Originally, in the sense of life. Well, here you go. Originally, in the sense, life under monastic vows, from the Old French or from Latin religion, an obligation. That's what religion is. An obligation, bond, a reverence. It says perhaps based on Latin religare, to bind. You see why I have that question about religion? This is why I don't think it. So in the main word, I can see that it says it is a belief in worship. Okay, and I am with you on that, and I agree with that. But therein, in a more deeper sense, we're looking at Middle English. Hey, listen, man, I'm just saying. Life under monastic vows. That's the religion. Monastic vows. Religion is an obligation, a bond, or a reverence. Now, that's in Latin. I put that on there for you, right? Yeah, you saw it, right? Here you go. I put that on there for you. Let me see if I can. I want you to see that right there. Can you guys see that okay? Let me put my viewing screen over here. And let me see if I can zoom in more. It's let's see this way. You see this right here on the Latin part? You see what religion means? Obligation, bond, a reverence. Well, it doesn't mean that you're worshiping God. That's not religion, right? I mean, it is in a way, but you can do that to anything. That's why I don't consider it to be a belief. A religion is more like a ritual. That's exactly what I feel it is. It's more like a ritual. And when you see this, an obligation, that's an obligation is not a belief. It kind of doesn't make sense, right? I mean, you see what I'm seeing, right? So that's why I don't agree with that meaning of religion. Okay, that's just me though. I could be 100% wrong on my interpretation. Keith says you can't trust the computer anymore when asking for information. You must research deeply to find it. Well, I am a Latino, Hispanic, and the meanings in Spanish is a little bit more descriptive than in English. And that's the way I speak, and it may not make sense, and I could be wrong many times. I could be wrong. Keith also says the Holy Spirit has made you brave and smart for a purpose. Keep up the good work, brother. Oh, thank you, Keith. I appreciate it. By the beautiful, powerful name of Jesus, of the Son, Jesus, may God bless you strongly. Thank you for that encouragement. God bless you as well, my friend. I appreciate that. Let's see. Just saying says you saw it. Said first to believe in God. Yeah. And then you're like, find a meaning that goes with my opinion, bruh. Just saying. The Apostle Paul told the church, I wish you to be like the Thessalonians. You ask yourself, why? Why would you wish to be like the Thessalonians? No, Paul said, I wish you to be like the Thessalonians because they don't just believe what they first hear. They research and they look for the truth and they look for facts and then they speak. So you saw it. Yeah, initially, I agree with you. Okay, yeah, it's a belief in God, whatever. I see it more as a ritual. And as we later find, well, in Spanish, there's more description to it. In Latin, there's more description to it. So your narrow mind, don't be offended, your narrow mind thinking, you thought you have a I gotcha moment, but that's not how it works. I will accept if I'm wrong. But then as we search deeper and we get more deeper into the meaning, what I told you is right. So Don't be religious, because if you become religious, you become part of a cult. And I'm sure you don't want that. I grew up in Spanish. Thank you, man. I will see you later this afternoon. I'm almost done. I wanted to clarify some of these things. And we'll talk more about Antifa later today if you're interested. We're going to talk more about tariffs. Tariffs and Antifa, the most popular subject for you guys. And I'll put in some side information for you guys to digest. Nonetheless, let me see. Who was it? Man, I missed your name, brother. Just saying, your point is valid. Your point is valid. I like it. I like it. Why you Blarb spout hate and insults? Dice Goblin says at Blarb says the person who says someone isn't Christian, while you Blarb spout hate and insults. What a hypocrite. Man says, and knowing you've lost, you resort to name calling like a child. Oh wow! Didn't even see these comments, guys. Let's see. MAGA says Joe Finn. Let's go. America first. I know, you guys are so damn selfish sometimes. You think America first means what you think, but it's not. America first has a lot of interest throughout the world. And when we say America first, sometimes you got to help the neighbor. Sometimes you got to help another country. Sometimes you got to help stop a war. I have seen people like, let me see, what's this guy's name? Benny. The Benny Show. He is the same guy that said, now, Benny, if you'll never listen to this because I'm nobody. Scott, good morning, brother. How are you? Ahmed, how are you? The Benny, the show, Benny, what the hell is his name? I know it's Benny. Anyways, you guys probably heard of him. But Benny was the one that was talking about it was the power of Charlie Kirk that brought Elon Musk and President Trump together. And I'm just like, bro, see that you lost me right there. It's the power of God, the power of Christ through Charlie, through the legacy is what brought them together. And that's different. We support his policies. That's why he's president. Absolutely, 100%. And if you believe in democracy, you will accept what American patriots have chosen. You had your go. Let me tell you, and prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Let me tell you how dumb a lot of these far left Democrats are. You guys heard of Katie Potter, right? Oh, man. This lady, she's going viral right now, I guess, and all kinds of news outlets are talking about her and, showing her crazy ass videos. People get in the background and one of her workers, and she's like, get my shot. Don't get in my shot. It's like, who gives a crap, lady? If there's a person walking behind you, who cares? Who cares? If my son comes through here, my daughter comes through here, or my dog, who cares? It's like, what the hell? How special are you? And then we're asking these questions. She's like, okay, I'm done. I'm calling it. I wanted to have a good time this morning. What is that? Is that what you're going to tell to the problems of your state? Oh no, California is too rough right now. I need a break. I can't do this today. Too much pressure. That's the Democrats that you have running for office. That's who you people vote for. Well, sorry, my American patriots. I apologize. It's only 28 in here. Only 28 people in here. You guys are probably all my patriots. I'm yelling at you guys for nothing. I apologize about that. But you know who I'm talking about. You guys know who I'm talking about. Oh, man. All right, guys. I'm going to call it because it seems like everybody's going to work, fell asleep, or I guess the haters were making the group in here. Hey, Scott, don't worry, brother. I'm going to go live in just a little bit, probably. I have some things that I wanted to do in here, but I might get out if it's not right now. I might get out and do another live. But allow me, please, to get some breakfast in, grab my coffee. I haven't had coffee, so I don't want to be all, cranky on you guys. I don't want my patrons being upset because I didn't have coffee. So I'm going to grab some coffee, take a break, and then I'll come back later. And I want to talk about this tariffs. I really want to know why people have such a problem, such a hard time with tariffs. And they care more about unmasking federal agents and undercover agents, and not Antifa and all these people that are committing violence and riots. Very interesting. All right, we'll see you guys around not too long from now, probably around noon or earlier. We'll see where I'm at by then. But thank you guys for tuning in. God bless you. I appreciate you. You guys know that. My love to you guys. I think let me take a quick look. I want to celebrate this with you guys. I've been wanting to hit 7,500 subscribers, and I want to see if we got there yet. Let's take a look at these numbers here real quick. Let me see. I appreciate you guys very much. Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So we're at 75, 13. Now we're probably going to lose like 5 or 8 of those, but the whole idea is that every time that we come live, that we gain more momentum, right? So that we can keep going. Brian, you're awesome, brother. Thank you for your support and for your positivity. Thank you for your words. You are a true patron, my friend. Scott, you as well. Joe, you as well. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are free to go, but I want to close in prayer first, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Father, I want to thank you so much for allowing me to wake up this morning and be able to communicate with my fellow patriots and people in this chat. Father, today we honor you. We give you praise. I commend everybody's days today that is in your hands. May you guide them. May you give them patience when people test them. Father, may you bring some joy and happiness into their heart. Father, when they take that little sip of coffee or tea or anything that they enjoy in the morning, that is a privilege that they're allowed to take for themselves. Father, let them enjoy that. Let them feel 10 times satisfaction on their life. Let them know, Father, that they have a purpose. Father, we love you and we praise you. We pray for peace on Israel. May your Holy Spirit strengthen them, guide them, give them wisdom to continue these peace talks and get all those Israeli prisoners back home where they belong. Father, protect the people of Palestine, the Palestinian people. They don't have a state. They don't have a home. Father, find a place for them. We love them. We want them to be free and prosperous. We bless them in your name, Jesus Christ, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. We bless them. Father, I ask you the same way for peace over the United States of America. May your Holy Spirit grant strength and wisdom to the administration and to all the American patriots that are fighting to keep this country free. Father, allow us to control our temper, but allow us to have strength and the wisdom to be able to react and defend ourselves so that we can continue to fight another day. Father, forgive us of our sins and our trespasses. We know our thoughts are not yours, and your thoughts, they're not ours, Lord. We are too weak. We are nobody. And that's why we need you in our life. We need you to act for us. You are welcome, Holy Spirit, into our lives. Father, we give you all the glory and all the honor and all the power, for only you are holy, holy, holy. And we praise your name. You praise your holy name. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ. So let it be written. So let it be done. You'll be blessed. God bless you, and God bless the United States. I will see you guys later. Peace.